Hello everybody, how's everybody doing today? It's Sunday, and it's a beautiful Sunday. The sun's out, oh, it's shining. It's like 14 degrees here. That's really warm for this time, for us up here. It's like, ooh, feels almost colder in the house than it does outside, I'm just saying. I was out a couple times with Vivian, just had a little light jacket in my little t-shirt. That's all, well, it's long sleeves, so. Let's get this out of the way first, shall we? Cheers, dears. Nice spring mug, right? It's always good to have a cup of tea with you folks and have a chat. Do you know that? I really, really enjoy that part. I do, and I sit back and I just smile. I enjoy it. So all you fellas out there, if you're new to this channel, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And if you like the channel, how about giving us a thumbs up? Doesn't take that much energy, I'm just saying. And maybe consider subscribing. If you love your family and friends, maybe you could share this with them. Better yet, if you don't like them, share this with them. Just saying. And if you want, you can hit that little bell down there so you know when I'm coming, because I tend to sneak up on people sometimes, just saying. And my hangers on. Can't thank you enough. Can't thank you enough. I love you all. Okay, now today we're going to get into Howard Lutnick. It's that little troll that's always right behind Trump all the time. You ever see him? He's always the first one out to the cameras. He'll let Caroline Leavitt speak for about a second and a half, and then he gets in there. So you know who I'm talking about. So what can we say about Howard Lugnut? Seriously. Well, he was born. That's something, right? He was mentored by a man named B. Gerald Cantor of Cantor Fitzgerald. It was a big financial company in New York. And then he rose up to be president and CEO. Now, Mr. Cantor had a medical incident, issue, whatever. And he was, let's just say Howard entered into a legal dispute with G. Cantor's wife over what her husband's succession plans were. But after Cantor's death, Lutnick became chairman of Cantor Fitzgerald. So there's that. So let's fast forward a bit to 2020. Lugnut was the fundraiser for Trump. He had fundraisers at his big mansion and everything else. And also the 2024 election campaign. All while he was making Trump's wet dreams of tariffs come true. I guess you could say that he was the tariff brainworm that crawled into Trump's brain. Now, according to Bloomberg, their billionaire index, he barely made it. Sad, isn't it? He barely made the billionaires index on Bloomberg. He only has $1.5 billion, so sad, I know. You know, no wonder he hates poor people, right? Because according to that list, he is a poor people. Now, he went from the brainworm that planted the tariff virus in the Mango Moose Knuckles' brain. He didn't really plant it as so much as cement it, because for years Trump was under the misguided notion that tariffs would make everybody rich. And he's had this since at least the 90s. He was going on about that. Trump's always touting his tariffs and stuff because everybody rips off America. But not him, though. He can rip off the city of New York, the state of New York, and everything else, but everybody else is doing it, not him. He still hasn't paid his judgment in the New York fraud case for probably about $500 million at this point. And I don't think E. Jean's got either her $5 million from the first one or it's probably over $92 million for the second one. I don't think she got any of that. But anyway, after the 2024, whatever the hell that was in November there, Trump nominated Howard Lutnick there for the most loyal ass kisser in the bunch. Plus, Howard raised a shit ton of money for that Cheeto-in-Chief, and he still is. He's out there making sure his pants are full. of shit. And for all his groveling and ass kissing, he is now the Secretary of Commerce. So why then would he leave Cantor Fitzgerald, a huge investment company? It's massive globally, I believe. But they were hit in the 9/11 attack because their offices were in the Twin Towers. They lost over 658 employees that day, including Lutnick's brother and his best friend. The firm had 960 employees at the time, but Lutnick had built it back up to just over 13,000, between 13,000 and 14,000 right now. Oddly enough, his two sons are now two of the top guys on the board. You figure that out. Now, director and chairman positions in various other parts of the company, his sons are running it. Now, this is from Timothy Noah, April 8th. The New Republic, I love. Now, Lutnick's personality is like nails on a chalkboard. Just nails on a chalkboard. And you're about to see why this guy is part of this administration. He lives up to every single bit of it. He's always been a shitheel in the financial world for years, apparently. Nobody liked this guy because he's obnoxious as hell. And right now, he is more despised in the Trump camp, if you can believe this, than Elon Mussolini. How's that? One reason that he is so hated is he shut down Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent and the National Economic Council Chairman Kevin Hassett when they advised Trump to limit the size and scope of these tariffs. And one investor said, if we are lucky, these tariffs will tip the U.S. economy into a recession, if we're lucky. If we are unlucky, the tariffs will tip the global economy into a depression. Let that sink in. And the second reason nobody likes this arsehole is because nobody actually believes that crap that he spews about tariffs that need to be bigger. I mean, nobody thinks that he actually believes that stuff. But he'll do it because that's his new job. Chief ass kisser, right? Remember how when you'd go around the table and Trump would have those little conferences there with all his people around him and everything, and everybody go, oh, Mr. President, you're so great. And the next guy, oh, Mr. President, you're so great. And oh, Mike Pence be there, oh, Mr. President, you're the best president ever. We are so privileged to work for you. Yeah, all that ass kissing. Well, Lutnick's really good at that. Really good at that. So yeah, he tried to shut those two guys down and get his voice heard. It's working. The second reason nobody actually believes that he believes the stuff that he's spewing. He's always out in front of Caroline Leavitt and everything else jumping in. Remember I said? Yeah, he's always doing that stuff. That tariffs need to be bigger. Now, there are so many in the administration who bow and scrape to the chosen one as soon as he walks in the room. Oh, Mr. President, how are you today, Mr. President? Oh, it's so good to see you. You're looking so good. You're looking so healthy. You're looking so fine. Oh, it's exhausting. When he walks into a room, Howard Lutnick, apparently, well, not apparently, you can see it. It's overt. His nose is buried so far up Trump's arse that if Trump ever stopped short, Lutnick would lose his entire friggin' head. I swear to God. I swear to God. One White House staffer said he is constantly auditioning for Trump's approval. Ain't that the truth? You ever see him? He's sickening. He's trying to be a mini Trump, they said. Well, we all know the field in that category is massive, and everybody is waiting their turn in line to bow and scrape. How's that? That's demeaning as hell. According to Politico, White House officials are growing increasingly frustrated with him because of his annoying personality He's always in front of the cameras at the White House and on TV. He seems to show that he doesn't have a friggin' clue about how tariffs work or the mess that these tariffs are causing to the economy. The more he is despised, the higher his douchebaggery and assholery scores tick up, in my opinion. Right after the 9/11 attacks, this will drive you mental. Right after the 9/11 attacks, Cantor Fitzgerald gave $180 million and paid health care for 10 years to the families of those that lost relatives. 4 days later, 4 days, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 4 days, September 15th, Lutnick cut off the paychecks. Yeah. But by November 2001, he was tortured enough by the media, friends, and everybody else in New York. So he went ahead and replaced the 10-year health care plan for the families. And it appears, and this is in my opinion, to bring back his non-existent respect, he coughed up $90 million of his own money and gave it to the families. That $90 million, by the way, was less than 5% of one of his bonuses that he got that year. But he was also made, in 2001, he was also made the Financial Man of the Year in that top magazine. Just saying. But there was an interview with the New York Times when they asked him about this in 2011, the anniversary. He said, it was just math. We lost some of our biggest earners. It was just math. That's how he feels about your 401k too. It's just numbers, it's just math. Don't worry about it. Yeah. At the time Mr. Cantor lay dying in his hospital room, he took the soon-to-be widow, Iris Cantor, to court to get control of the company. She was really pissed, and she barred him from the funeral. Now, Cantor was his mentor when he joined the company. Cantor, her husband, was his mentor. She barred him from the funeral, which is in her rights, and I am patting her on the back. There you go, Mrs. Cantor. Now, what Lugnut wants more than anything is to be Secretary of the Treasury. That's the job he wanted from the get-go. Oh, can you imagine? Sweet suffering Jesus. He used to be a Hillary Clinton fan, and he held fundraisers for him in his brownstone in New York. Yeah, he held fundraisers for her all the time in the 2016 race. Then, I guess, as he watched these videos and stuff like that, let's go a cup of tea, boys. A good cup of tea. I guess he realized just how easily the moose knuckle was to manipulate and how easily Hillary could goad him and drag him in and bait him. And he would strike back and try to intimidate her. But she didn't take the bait. She just kept on her train of thought. She went up against Putin and all those guys. You think Trump's going to scare her? No. But she didn't take the bait, but he did. And he does every single time a journalist writes about him, or like Rachel Maddow calls him out. Oh, he's trying to sue her now, I think. She calls him out. And he can't resist. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, no, she did this and she did that. No, it wasn't me. It was her. Yeah, like a 3-year-old? Yeah, that's what that's like. Now, Lugnut sees how weak and how needy Trump is. And he knows you do what Trump wants, you carry it out, you praise him to the hilt, and you work to undermine whatever position you want. In his case, it's Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent. You just keep telling Trump, oh no, he's doing this, he's doing that. He don't like your trades, he don't like your tariffs, he don't like this, and he don't like that, and he's not going to do this, and he just keeps planting those earworms in there, and he knows that he's going to get the job. You wait, I give it maybe 3-4 months. He's going to be Secretary of the Treasury. Now, all Howie needs now, can you just see him? All Howie needs is one of those little pleated skirts there, and you know those little tops there. They put a big T on the front for Trump and give him some pom-poms and one of those big friggin' ass bows on his head. He's always clapping. He's always clapping every time you see him. Trump's biggest cheerleader. He really is. He's out there every time Trump says, oh, he's, yeah, you got it, sir. Yeah, sir. Yeah, you got it. Woo, woo, woo. Okay, team. Yeah. That's Lutnick. You ever see him on Air Force One? He's always just behind Trump. You see that face and it's like, put your mind to Jack Nicholson there from The Shining. Here's Johnny. Only it's, here's Howie. Yeah, that's what's going on there. So this guy went from prestige to king ass kisser, and all he's going to do is ruin the country. And he's enjoying every single minute of it, too. Every single minute of it. Anyway, 9 loves you. Be good, be safe. Please take care of you first so you can take care of everybody else, or at least one person. Give somebody a hug. I love you all. Mwah. Don't forget to subscribe. We have fun here. We do.